Hi, my name is Nikki Lurzak. I'm the Instructional Services Librarian, and this video is a companion to the Bio 102 course guide. This assignment has you needing to find a current scientific research article. The guide has a lot of great information about what that means and how you go about finding it, but this is the short and sweet of how to get to one of those articles. My example shows a search through the database ScienceDirect. It's not the only database we have, it's one of several. It's a good one, I recommend it, but it's not the only one, so it may not be the best one for you for your topic. If you have questions, you can always reach out to a librarian in person, online. Please contact us. So how do I get to ScienceDirect and find one of those articles? Well, from this course guide, I have a link right here for ScienceDirect. And when I got into ScienceDirect in my examples, I said, what if I wanted to find an article about shin splints? So I put shin splints in quotation marks to keep it together as a phrase. My search finds a lot. 944 are a lot of resources. We want to limit that because most of those do not meet the qualifications of this assignment. In order to get to what we need, we want to do a couple of the different limits. First off, we want to refine by subscribed journals, which just means we're limiting our results to articles that we can get to freely. There are other things mixed in. They cost money. We don't want to mess with those. Free stuff is best. Current, as I say in the guide, says usually 3 to 5 years. So I expanded my year options, and I am limiting myself to roughly the last 5 or so years. And then the last limit that you want to do is article type, and that is because they specifically give us an option for research articles. So from where before we were at almost 1,000 results, I'm now at 7 results, which is so much more manageable, but can often sometimes be too few, depends on your topic. But I'm happy with 7 because the second article on my list looks really interesting. Anterior knee pain in runners after a half marathon race. Now, if I wanted to know a little bit more about that article, from here I can click on the word abstract, and you'll see I get that summary of what is this article going to talk about. And to find one of those empirical scientific research articles, really what we need to identify are 2 main things. They would come from a section in the article called the method section, because the method talks about what did the scientists do, what was their experiment, how did they get their data, and who did they do their experiment upon. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's animals, depends on what their research topic is. So I can see that they did a cross-sectional study right there, and that they used participants who were recruited from a race kit pickup site, and they told them what they would be doing. They took some details, and they also give me some more specific details about their participants, namely how many, and I would usually get some good demographic data, like how old, males, females, that sort of data. But you can see that they give me percentages and numbers and math. This is a research study because it tells me what they did and who they did it to. So at this point, I would say this looks like a great article. And I could either go straight to the download PDF, which is a handy thing to have, especially for your APA citation, which you will be doing, or I could click on the title of the article because I can still get to that PDF. It's at the top of the article. And here is my article. If I scroll down, I will get to, there we go, step 1, the introduction. All of this article is actually broken down. Over on the top left, I could just hop to various sections and read those parts, but you will have to read the whole article. But you don't have to read it in order. You read it in any order you like. When it comes to citation, on that guide, down at the bottom, near where the video was, I do talk about APA citation. So here, let's talk APA citation. And I do go into some detail about formatting and details that you need. I link us out to the APA style sheet, which is our guide, as well as a video. But as I said at the top of this video, if you have questions about citation, if you have questions about locating an article or making sure you've found the right kind of an article for this assignment, please do not hesitate to reach out to a librarian. You can call us, you can email us, you can chat with us, you can visit us in person, whatever works best for you. So good luck, and I hope you're successful in this assignment.